Hi everyone. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I took you guys through citation and now I'm going to take you guys through more about it, like more information on citation. Stay tuned as we start straight away. So yeah, let's start right away. And then here we had looked at how to cite for one author and two authors. Now here we are going to look at how to cite a group of authors. Like let's start with three authors. For three or more authors, APA style simplifies the citation by using et al after the author's name. It all means like and many more, many others. So let us start right away. This is the format and this is a live example. So let's start with the parenthetical format. You're going to always in the parenthetical format, you're going to include everything in brackets. So you open brackets and you write the first author, et al, a full stop, a comma, and the year. This is the parenthetical way for three authors. And then for for three authors, the parenthetical way. Now for three authors, the narrative way, you're going to write author one, et al, dot, and then you open brackets and you put the year in the brackets. Now that was the format. Now let's look at the live example. In the parenthetical format, you're going to write, you open your brackets, you write Smith, that's the first author, and then et al, dot, comma, and the year. In the narrative format, you're going to be like Smith, et al, at full stop, and then you open brackets, write the year, and you be like you are narrating. You be like Smith, et al, year 2020, found that global warming affects nature and its surrounding. So yeah, that's for three authors. Let's move on to the next, which is a group of authors with abbreviation. Um, Now it says if the source is authored by an organization with a recognizable abbreviation, you have to cite the full name, like the full name the first time, followed by the abbreviation, and then you use the abbreviation in subsequent citations. Let's look at the first one, the parenthetical format. We have World Health Organization, like you're going to abbreviate it. After writing the full name, you abbreviate it as WHO, and then you write the year 2020. Yeah, and yeah, that is it basically for a group of authors with abbreviation like World Health Organization, as you've seen here. And then we go into a group of authors without abbreviation. If the group of authors does not have a recognized abbreviation, write the full name each time. Like in the other one, it was a group of authors with abbreviation, World Health Organization, known by everyone worldwide. But now here, the group of authors does not have a renowned abbreviation. So you're going to write the organization name like in full form each time you get. So let's look at the example here. Like when you're writing APA, that is APA in full, by that is American Psychological Association. So you write that name every time, and then that's how you cite it as you're seeing here. Yeah. Now, when you move on to the next, here we are talking about like multiple works by the same author in the same year. Like in 2020, maybe Smith published a lot of books, like 5 books by Smith in 2020. That's an example I've given you. Now here they're saying when citing multiple works by the same author published in the same year, you distinguish them by adding lowercase letters. You get in brackets here we have ABC, etc. Now the format here, in the parenthetical format, you always, everything has to be included in brackets. Let's look at the example. Like maybe Smith published, okay, here we're using an example of 2 books. So the first book was given letter A, like you have to use lowercase letters, and then the second book was given letter B. So in the parenthetical format, always, as I told you, everything has to be in brackets. So you write Smith, comma, 2020 A. That's the first book in the same year. And then you raise these, should I call them semicolons to separate? And then again, you write Smith, comma, 2020B. So there are two books published in 1 year by the same author. And then the narrative, right? Smith 2020A studied climate change, while Smith 2020B explored its effects on ecosystems. This simply means that Smith wrote a book in 2020 studying like about climate change. And then in the very same year, 2020, Smith again wrote another book exploring its effects on ecosystems. You get. So yeah, that's how you cite. And then for the next, we have citing multiple sources in one parenthesis. Like to cite multiple sources in one parenthetical citation, list them alphabetically by the first author's last name separated by semicolons. Like you have a group of authors, but then like they write multiple, let me say, books or journals, and then you're going to list them alphabetically, but then you're going to follow. Okay, you're going to start from the first author, obviously, and you're going to use his last name, and you're going to separate them by semicolons. Like here, obviously, when you're giving an example, okay, here I give you an example of Johnson and Smith. Obviously, you know that J comes before S. So yeah, you're going to do that in the alphabetical manner, and then you write Johnson the parenthetical way. They all be in brackets. So yeah, you write Johnson the year, then semicolon, Smith the year, you close brackets. But then in the narrative format, you're going to be like, this suggests that both Johnson the year and Smith 2020 contributed to research on climate policy. Yeah, that is citing multiple sources in one parenthesis. And then we move on to conclusion. Like, I've taken you guys through citing from the first author to a group of authors. Now, in conclusion, therefore, by following all the rules, one can properly cite works by one or more authors according to APA 7th edition guidelines. I hope you guys have understood how to cite. So next time when your lecturer gives you work, it won't be something hard for you. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. See you guys in my other videos. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe to my channel. Yeah, and have a blessed day or nice time. Yeah. Bye.